Hey team, how you doing? Gavin here from the Growing Younger team. Look at me, all flash with my my new mic. So today's video is about rice and portion control and carbs and all those sorts of things. But ultimately, carbs are not making you fat, okay? 100%. But what is making you fat is you're eating too many carbs or too many calories that are in carbs, okay? I'll give you an example. So rice is a pretty staple in most people's houses, I suppose. And this is kind of one we just got in the cupboard, right? So this rice on the back here, I'll read out what the nutrition profile is. And it's basically energy, which is the calories, is 1,520 kilojoules. Now, this gets people confused as well. This is not calories, this is kilojoules. And 1,520 kilojoules is 363 calories, okay? Looking at portion size is 100 grams. So it says servings per pack is 100 grams. So therefore, it doesn't say cooked or uncooked, okay? So that's another issue you need to be aware of. But I know this is a kilogram bag. So there's 100 grams and 10 servings, which I know a serve for this particular bag is 100 grams. So you would suggest that that's per person. But what you got to understand is that if you have 100 grams of this and it's uncooked, don't forget, that's 363 calories just for some rice. So when it looks uncooked, that's all it is. Okay, that's all it is in a in a pot uncooked. Obviously, when you cook it up, it'll probably maybe treble in size, and people think that's a good serving size. So by the time you add in maybe your protein with that, 200 calories. Maybe some sauce, 100 calories. Okay, all of a sudden this now rice meal is maybe 600 calories. And if you're, again, I'll say it again, if you're somebody that can only eat 1,500 calories a day, this is half of what your total calorie intake is. Okay, so for me, there's no way I'd eat all this rice in one crack. I would have half of that. So a serving size for me would be 50 grams, which would take that down to like 100, half of 363, whatever that is, 170 grams, 170 calories, and then I would add things to it. So what you're going to end up with is a very small, what it looks like, portion of rice on your plate. And then you go, how am I supposed to eat this without getting hungry? So a couple of things you can do to bulk out your rice, okay? Number one is add some vegetables to it. So if you had a big onion, okay, for argument's sake, you could chop the onion up, saute it with a bit of soy sauce, garlic, put it in with the rice, bulks up the rice. So 100 grams of onions, I can't remember off the top of my head, be about 30, 40 calories maybe, wherever that is. For 30, 40 calories, you could add an extra 100 grams of volume of food to your rice. You could use egg whites. You could put 100 grams of egg whites in and make a bit of a egg stir fry thing if you wanted to. Add peas in, okay? 100 grams of peas is about 60, 70, 80 calories or something along those lines. So you bulk up your rice with vegetables and that will make a bigger volume of the meal to keep you fuller, okay? So what I'm saying is that you are very, very misled. You have no idea how many calories is in your rice. So it's not so much carbs are making you fat or rice is making you fat. It just means that the portion size that you're eating has way too many calories that you didn't even know about. And this is a really good example. It's tiny. Look at that, it's nothing. And I could easily eat this even when it's cooked with a bit of sauce and some chicken and bits and bobs. So be really, really mindful. And if your food label says kilojoules, you need to convert it back to calories. A good rule of thumb is about a quarter, I think, is roughly what it is. So like that's 1,520 is about 363 calories. So if you divided that 1,520 by 4, you're in a kind of a right ballpark for how many calories it is, although not exact. So that is my food tip Friday. Make sure you're aware of what your portion sizes look like, and rice, pasta is exactly the same. Be careful to check your pasta. You'll be surprised how little you can actually eat per portion size, and how much calories are in it. That's it for me. Leave a question down below. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe, like, share, whatever, and see you in the next video, guys. See ya, bye.